Hi everyone, it's Phyllis. In today's video, I'm going to be making these tassel earrings. This particular tassel was inspired by SH Jewelry Creations, and I will leave a link to her video in the description box. She made a pendant, and I didn't see where anyone or she even made earrings to match the pendant. So this video is just going to be the earrings. Possibly not my original design because I was inspired. I mean, this is my original design, but I was inspired by SH Jewelry Creations. Stand by for a materials list if you'd like to make this project, and we'll get started soon. The materials list for today's project are size 11 seed beads, and I'm using the plated nickel color, and these are this is how they came in this package. I'm using size 8 seed beads also in the same color, and these are Toho. And I'm using another size 8 seed bead. These are Chartreuse Picasso. And my findings are my wire guards, and I'm using them in the gunmetal color. Ear wires, also the gunmetal color. I'm using a size 11. I'm sorry, a size 11 tulip needle. 6-pound Fireline in the smoke color, and you're going to need about 36 inches of it. I'm using my round bead board today. I'm using my nippers and my chain nose and my flat nose pliers. And so you can cut your thread and thread your needle and come back to get started. We're going to start the project by making the bail, and I'm going to begin by stringing on four of my nickel plated 80 seed beads. I'm going to bring these down, and actually I'm going to tie my thread in a knot. So you don't really need to leave much tail, you just need enough to tie a knot. I'm going to pass my needle up through. It doesn't matter which two you pass your needle, like pass your needle up through one side and down the other side so that you can get into position to make the we're going to do just a short ladder stitch. So I'm going to string on 2 more of my nickel plated seed bead 80 seed beads. My thread is exiting towards my the bottom of the beadwork, so I'm going to just go right back into these 2 seed beads here and just set my ladder stitch up. Just, you know, and I'm not trying to conceal anything from you, just holding on to the beads so they don't come out of shape. Once I pass my needle through the center seed beads, I have to reposition by passing the needle back up. And then I'm going to add my last 2 nickel plated 80s on here. Thread is exiting up the top. I'm going to pass my needle back around through the bottom and pull the thread. And to just finish getting these in place, I just pass the needle back down through those 2 seed beads that I just added. Then I'm going to squeeze these. Not squeeze, I'm just going to fold them. if I can fold them, and get my tail thread out of the way, which I'm going to nip off in a second. So my thread is exiting here down these two seed beads, 8/0 seed beads. I'm just going to pass my needle up through the two seed beads that are next to them, and just to secure this connection, pass right back down the two seed beads that I was originally exiting. And you can reinforce that connection if you like, but we're going to go through these beads numerous times, so you don't really have to do anything. But I am going to pass my needle back up this way, away from my tail thread, and I'm going to nip that tail thread off so that we can go about the business of making our bail. Just gonna, just leave a little bit there. So I'm gonna start this out by using my 11/0s to now do herringbone up here on top. So today you're getting a ladder stitch, you're getting a herringbone, and you're going to get some stringing. So now I'm going to string on 2 of my size 11 seed beads, and my thread is exiting this seed bead. I'm just going to pass my needle next to, and I'm going to pass my needle into the seed beads next to it, and I'm going to go down both of them. And I'm going to pass my needle up through these 8/0s that are right here. And I'm going to string on 2 more size 11 seed beads. I'm going to pass my needle down through these seed beads right here, and then I'm going to come up right here, and I'm going to go through all of these because I want to anchor my size 11/0 seed beads to this base. How I'm going to do that is I'm going to pass my needle into this size 11 seed bead and 1 of the size 8/0s, and I'm going to pass back up the next size 8/0 seed bead and pass my needle down through the next 11/0 and 1 of the size 8s. And just to finish off now, just come back into this seed bead here. And so now I'm exiting 1 of the size 11/0 seed beads. I'm going to string on my size 8 chartreuse color, a size 11 seed bead, and my wire guardian. And I'm going to pull the thread down and pass my needle through the other hole of the wire guardian. As a matter of fact, let me pinch it. All right, so let's get a better view of what we're doing. My needle is coming out of this size 11 seed bead, and I strung on my contrast color, my size 11 chartreuse 8/0 seed bead, and a size 11 seed bead, and 1 side of my wire guardian. And now I'm going to pass my needle through the other side of the wire guardian, and I want to keep going. I'm going to keep going through this size 11 seed bead, this size 8 seed bead, and the size 11 seed bead that is placed diagonally across from the size 11 where I started. And I'm going to pull my thread, and I have to be careful here because, you know, a wire guardian is wonderful when it's placed properly. So I'm going to hold my finger here and let the thread just sit right in the grooves. Okay, so once here now, my thread is coming out, it's exiting this seed bead. Remember, I did a diagonal thing. So I'm going to pass my needle back up through the next seed bead to my left, and you can go to your right if you want. But if you can, try to make sure you keep your eyes on where you need to go. So I need to go into the seed bead that is diagonally across from this seed bead right here where I'm coming out of, right? So it's this one. So if I can possibly keep it near me so that I can see what I'm doing, I'll be able to get into the proper seed bead when I get on the other side. It might not matter, but I'm just trying to make sure that this this bail here is centered when I'm done with my with this connection. So now I'm going to pass my thread needle up through this 8/0 and this 11/0 and into one side of the wire guardian. And pull my thread. So remember, we are exiting this seed bead over here. So what I want to do is I want to flip this over and get my sight onto where I need to enter when I come out of my wire guardian. So I need to go into this seed bead right here. So I'm going to pass my needle through the other side of the wire guardian, that size 11/0 seed bead, that size 8/0 seed bead, and this size 11/0 seed bead. And it doesn't matter if you keep going, because we're going to do that anyway. But I actually no, I want you to exit through that size 11/0 seed bead there, and this hopefully you could see where we are centered, and just hold your finger so here so that your thread just slides into the groove. And now how I'm going to reinforce this connection down here, I just want to make sure that these size 11/0 seed beads are connected to one another, because right now they're not connected. So I'm exiting the bottom here of this seed bead, size 11/0 seed bead. I'm going to pass my needle up through the next 11/0 seed bead, just the 11/0. Pull the thread. I'm going to pass my needle down through the next 11/0 seed bead, pull the thread, and up through the next 11/0 seed bead and pull the thread. And then now this time I'm going to go down through this 11/0 seed bead and the 2 8/0s. And this is where we're going to start our tassel. So stand by for a second and I'll get with you. My thread is exiting the bottom of this size 8/0 seed bead, and our connection here, it doesn't matter which bead you go into, but you have to make sure that you're going to go consistently. So I'm going to start my tassel embellishment or design by stringing on 6 of my contrast color bead. So I have 6 of these and 1 size 11 seed bead and 1 of the contrast color seed beads, and then I'm going to string on 20 of my size 11 seed beads. So let me just double check my count. 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14, 16, 18, 20. So I've got 20 of them. Then, after you get the 20, you're going to string on 1 contrast seed bead, 1 11/0 seed bead, and 6 of your contrast seed beads. We're done with our main color, so you know, I just might as well just move them out of my way, right? Done with the main color for now. And then once you get all of those beads strung, you're going to pass your needle into one of the size 8 seed beads next to your connection, your bail there, next to where you're coming out. So you just pull, and don't choke, just pull. All right. Then you're gonna go back into that first set of 8/0s where you started, and try to make sure that your needle is coming out towards the inside of your first tassel connection there, because what we're going to do is we're going to change up a little bit. I'm going to do our next 2 insides tassels, but I'm going to start this middle center off with a size 11 seed bead. So one size 11 seed bead and 5 of your size 8/0s. Then 1 size 11 and 1 8/0 and 20 of the size 11s. Okay, here we go again. And then after you get your 20 on, you're going to string on a size 8, a size 11, and 5 of your size 8s, and 1 size 11 seed bead, and you're going to go back into the other side of this ladder stitch here, because you've already been through them. So what we're doing is we're putting 2 tassels into 1 set of the ladder stitch. All right, so now, and don't choke it, just pull it, just to make sure that there are no gaps in the seed beads. Now we're going to work into this set of the ladder stitch that we haven't worked into, and we're going to work inside yet, and we're going to repeat our stitches, but in the reverse this time. I'm going to do the inside where I start off with 1 seed bead, 1 11/0 seed bead, and 5 of the 8/0s, and then 1 size 11/0 and 1 8/0 and 20 of your size 11s. Once you have your 20 on, then you're going to string on a size 8, a size 11, and then 5 of your size 8s, and 1 size 11, and you're going to go into you're going to pass your needle up into the second set here of this ladder stitch and pull your thread. And then once there, you're going to pass your needle back down into the first side of the second set of ladder stitches, so for repositioning, and we're going to make the outside tassel where we pick up 6 of your size 8s, 1 size 11/0, 1 8/0, and then 20 of your size 11/0s. And once you have your 20 on, you're going to string on an 8/0, an 11/0, and 6 8/0s. And we're going to pass our needle up through the second set of the ladder stitch on the right side. And again, don't choke it, just pull it, just to make sure that there's no slack in the thread. And basically that is our earring. It's simple and cute and light. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to just secure this last set of tassels by just going around into my ladder stitch, just passing my needle back around through this ladder stitch. I told you that we didn't need to reinforce them at the beginning because they are going to get reinforced while we're doing this tassel embellishment, and just keep going around until you get all of them. And then once I get here, I'm going to pass my needle down through just one of these size 8/0s, and I'm going to do a 1/2 inch knot right here between the 8/0s. How do I do that? Well, sorry about that. My thread is exiting here, and I want to place my knot right between these 2 seed beads. I'm going to find where my thread is inside these 2 seed beads, and I'm going to pass my needle up under that thread, just right there between those 2 seed beads, and I'm going to pull up a loop. See that loop there? That loop is right there between those 2 seed beads where I want to make this knot. I'm going to pass my needle through the knot once and then again twice. And when I pull down, I'm going to make sure that my knot goes right there between those 2 size 8/0 seed beads where I wanted it. Then I'm going to continue passing my needle down through that second seed bead, this 8/0 seed bead. I'm going to go back up into the ladder stitch right here on next to it, those 2, and pass the needle down through this ladder stitch. And now it's getting tight in there, it's getting tight, and that's a good thing that those beads are filling up with the thread. But now I'm done, and I'm going to pass my needle down just a few of these seed beads here on this one of these tassels and pull the thread, and get my nippers out, stretch that there, and cut the thread. Okay, and then the last thing we have to do is finish it off by adding our ear wire. Remember, when you're working with wire, once you have a stable loop like this, we don't spread the loop open. What we do is we grab a hold of the loop and we twist in one direction or the other. Just attach that ear ring by the guardian onto the ear wire and just twist your connection, your loop back closed, and that's it. And there you have it, the set of tassel earrings. And if you are so inclined, you know, one day if you don't have any earrings to wear, you can take an hour or however much time you need and make a set of these earrings before you go to work. And again, this project was inspired by SH Jewelry. I made her tassel pendant, but I didn't see where she had any of the earrings. So the only thing I did was, you know, I used, you know, I just wanted to make sure that the earrings matched the tassel. So I just made my own set. And, you know, probably not my original design, but, you know, I didn't see anybody else with a video out there like that. So I hope you try this project. I hope you make it. And have a great day. See you the next time.